So you are doing your research on Leander and you found out that it's got like awesome school district, the cost of living is pretty low, a bunch of other cool stuff. Today we're going to talk about what people don't tell you about Leander because most people don't know about it. Real quick, before we get too far into the video, I realized I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Tiffany Moore. I'm a realtor right here in Austin, Texas. If you have any questions about moving here, buying a home here, I'm happy to help. All my info is in the description, so you can find it there. All right, back to the video. So right now, Leander is a quaint little suburb of Austin. It's got a population of like 68,000 people. It is growing pretty rapidly. So 2018 to 2019, it grew by 12%, and it was actually the fastest growing city in the United States with cities of over 50,000 people. So there is a ton of growth that is happening. Number one, that's what people don't tell you about Leander, is that no one really is aware that this is going on. Median household income is about $100,000. It's a highly educated population and high income earners. All of this is not really what you think of when you think of Leander. And in 2021, Leander was named the 5th best suburb to move to. So there are kind of two different areas of Leander. One is the area that's been developed already, and you've got a few different regions within that area. A lot of homes are kind of older and smaller. Then you've got another area of Leander that is kind of like Crystal Falls area, where it's like huge spanning communities and neighborhoods in the rolling hills of Leander, beautiful topography, newer houses, probably like 7 to 10 years old. And so that's like the older resale area of Leander. And now there is a totally new area of Leander that is where all the new construction and development is going to be. That is what we're talking about today. So this area is about to explode. There are a lot of big, beautiful new construction communities going on that have houses starting from 500 all the way up to 2 million. I'm going to put some communities on the map and kind of show you where they are located and then where some of the new commercial development is going in. Keep in mind, not every community has homes starting at 500, especially we know how fast the Austin market is moving. It's moving monthly and weekly. So whatever was 500 today, maybe 600, 2 months from now. So just take that with a grain of salt, but I'm talking about a general ballpark of 500 and up in these new construction neighborhoods. So the neighborhoods that we have on the map are Bluffview, Bryson, Carneros Ranch, Crystal Springs, Deerbrook, Divine Lake, Palmera Ridge, and Treviso. And I'll link all these in the description below. But these are some of the best neighborhoods in Leander that have homes in the price range that we just talked about. And if you look on the map, these areas are in red, and the yellow tags are where new commercial development is going to be. So you can see like the residential stuff is kind of along the outside, kind of in like an upside down horseshoe. And right in the middle is where all the commercial development is. And we are talking like huge, humongous live, work, play developments in addition to some just straight commercial developments. So going back to the communities real quick, most of these neighborhoods have like beautiful pools, amenity centers, trails, dog parks, stuff like that, beautiful views. Leander, there's some areas that are very hilly. So some neighborhoods are kind of flat, but for the most part, Leander is kind of on its way out to hill country. And so you've got like canyons and hills and views and everything. It's a gorgeous area. And just wanted to set the stage that like these are very nice communities that have, they have HOAs that are pretty reasonable, like $50 a month. But they've got amenities for you, so you don't need a pool in your backyard. I talk to a lot of folks who are like, oh, I want a house that has a pool. Most houses in Austin don't have pools because pretty much every neighborhood has a community pool, and they're really nice pools. An amenity center, a gym, trails, things like that. Most of these new communities really want you to feel like you're part of the neighborhood, and so they'll set up like events like parents' night out or movie night or something like that. So these are really cool areas. They're not just like, oh, we built 100 houses here, and that's it. Good luck getting to know everyone, and there's no amenities for you. These are really awesome areas. So you have these communities that maybe started construction a few years ago, maybe 5 or so years ago, and are still continuing to grow and will be growing for the next 5 to 7 years. So again, there's a lot of residential development going on, and that's kind of the only thing that has been happening in Leander is just all these new neighborhoods, new communities have been being built and people are moving into them, but there's no commerce around them. There's no industry. And so I talked about, how these neighborhoods are huge and they're spanning. They're so big, like it's going to take you 5 to 10 minutes just to get out of the neighborhood. And for what is up in Leander right now, like present day, once you get to the front of your neighborhood, then it's going to take you 15 minutes to get to a restaurant or 15 minutes to get to a Costco or a Target or something like that. So there is no commercial industry set up in these neighborhoods right now, but that is what is coming and is about to just like explode Leander in a big way. So Leander is building at least 4 big live, work, play developments. And if you've seen any of my other videos where I talk about the domain, that's what I'm talking about here. So somewhere where there's like retail, restaurants, apartments or townhouses or condos, things that you can buy or rent, hotels, offices, all that stuff. That's what I mean by these like live, work, play developments that are coming in Leander. And so the domain has been in process for at least 10 years and there's still more construction going on it. These developments are going to be the same. It's going to take them at least 10 years to get built out for the big ones. There's going to be so much going on in them. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to talk about the 4 major ones. I'm going to go into some detail on the biggest ones. And then we'll talk about 2 like major commercial centers that are going in as well. So there is a trend of these mixed use live, work, play developments popping up north of Austin due to the demand, of people living here. People need housing. And then those people that live here, they need stuff to do also. And as developers and homeowners, they're being priced out of the city that is cool. Austin is so cool. And so we're really trying to bring cool Austin up to the areas of the suburbs where people can actually afford to live. So one of the biggest projects is called Leander Springs. This is a $1 billion project. It's going to have 1,600 residential units alone in a hotel and more than 1 million square feet of commercial space. It's going to be 80 acres total on the corner of FM 2243 and 183 Toll. If you don't live here, that doesn't mean anything to you. But that's where it is. You can look it up on Google Maps. It's actually Leander Springs is in Google Maps now. So if you look it up, you'll be able to see exactly where it is. But the coolest part about this development is that it's going to have a 4-acre man-made crystal clear lagoon. What? There's only like one other lagoon in the Austin area. Well, actually there might be a couple, but there's one like brand new one and it's at like a brand new like convention resort / water park in Round Rock called Kalahari that just opened like this year. This is the first thing in Leander that's anywhere near this. And there's no lagoon or water park that's in a live, work, play area where you can also like, oh, I'm going to come down from my apartment and I'm going to go grocery shopping. And then on the way back, I'm just going to hang out at the lagoon. That doesn't happen anywhere in Austin. That's not like a normal thing. So this is a really big deal and it's meant to be something for residents to use and kind of an attraction for folks who are coming in from Taylor or Killeen or Liberty Hill or out from Lakeway or something. This is meant to be somewhere for everyone where it's going to be cool for residents and cool for people who don't live at Leander Springs. So the construction is going to be done in phases. The first phase is obviously going to be the lagoon. That has to be first. And the second phase is where they're going to start on multifamily units. So one of the trends in these live, work, play areas is going to be multifamily units. We just don't have enough room for single family homes. And so we're trying to create more space and address the demand of folks who are living in Austin. And this is one way to do it where we can still be around cool things. So you're going to be very close to the shops and the restaurants and all that stuff. And there's just not enough space for everyone to have single family home. And not everyone wants that. People want a lock and leave lifestyle. I talked to a lot of folks who were asking me like, I want somewhere where the HOA takes care of my yard work. Awesome. This totally eliminates you even having to worry about yard work. So the entire project is going to take about 10 years to complete. And this is what the city manager had to say about Leander Springs. He said, this is the first step towards a more balanced economy. It's giving us an attraction and mixed use development that will give us a different balance than the traditional single family development. So some of the concerns that current Leander residents have about Leander Springs is the water source. So Leander has had a bunch of water issues this past year, especially when we had our crazy snowpocalypse. Leander had to boil its water for like a week, and they've had water issues before. So obviously that's something that residents are concerned about. And so for Leander Springs, the primary water source is going to be wells that are found on site. And Leander Springs, the developers are very aware that this is something that they cannot just put back on the city, that they're going to have to be responsible for their own water use and make sure that the residents also have enough water for everything as well. So the second major development for this live, work, play is called Northline. So Northline is 115 acres. It's going to be a downtown-like mixed-use project. So similar to Leander Springs, but no lagoon. Instead of a lagoon, it's going to have a commuter rail station. So Austin has kind of a basic commuter rail right now, and it's working on being expanded and becoming more robust. And part of that is building a station all the way up in like the new Leander, and then they're going to expand the routes that it takes down in like downtown Austin. So Northline is going to have its own train station, so you can just park there, ride the train, go downtown or to anywhere else in Austin and not have to drive and worry about parking. It's going to be 115 acres. Location is going to be south of San Gabriel Parkway between 183 and 183A. There is a St. David's emergency room right now, like across the street from where Northline is going to be. So you can kind of Google map that and see the location. This is going to be humongous. It's going to have 700,000 square feet of office space, 300,000 square feet of retail, 150,000 square feet for a hotel, 2,000 apartments, 300 townhomes, and civic spaces for the city. So this is going to be a humongous development, and it's a really good example towards the trend of more of a dense, mixed-use development in Austin suburbs as the area continues to grow in population. So population density is going to increase in Leander as we have more of these multifamily developments, which is fine. It's a good thing. There is a huge demand, and this should help towards making the suburbs and the real estate a little bit more affordable. Right now we have a major supply and demand issue, which basic economics tells us that that's going to shoot prices up. So if we can provide more of a supply to kind of meet that demand, hopefully that will help things stable out over time. So the third development is called Monarch. It's going to be 50 acres, and it just got its initial approval from City Council. So it doesn't have final approval, but these are some of the basics that we're talking about. It would bring 123 cottage-style homes, 70 duplexes, 15 acres of commercial space and recreational space, which includes an amenity center, open space, and all that good stuff. So again, we're talking about like multi-family units trying to ease the supply and demand issue in Leander, which is going to make the population a little bit more dense, but that is what happens when you have more of like an urban city environment. So like downtown Austin, the population is very dense, and you've got retails, shops, restaurants under the condos and the apartments. This is going to be the same idea. It's going to be very downtown like, where you've got the retail, the shops, the restaurants, the offices, and right around the corner you have the apartments. This is going to be a high quality development. Scott Felder is a local builder here in Austin and in Texas, and they are one of the residential developers signed on for this project if it gets official approval. I work with Scott Felder here. I love the quality of their builds. I really like their floor plans. I know, so they're not as prolific and in every single neighborhood that's being built. They are not a volume builder, they're more of a quality builder. So to me, an indication that they are signed on as a developer is that this is going to be more of a high-end project focusing on quality versus quantity. So the last live, work, play mixed-use development that we're going to talk about is the 29 Gateway project. This is going to be on 32 acres, and they are hoping to break ground in late 2021. So it's going to have at least 200,000 square feet of commercial space, open park space, more than 300 luxury apartments, and a 5-story complex with a rooftop pool, which is amazing. Not as cool as a lagoon, but I'll take a rooftop pool. They're really trying to build something that serves local and regional needs. So not just for the local residents, but also something that's going to draw people from other areas of Leander, Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, all those areas. So this is going to be at the corner of Ronald Reagan Boulevard and Highway 29 across the street from an H-E-B that is opening up this fall. That H-E-B is on Google Maps. So I think it says like H-E-B coming or coming soon. Across the street from that is where this 29 Gateway is going to be. So the developer was talking about that he really thinks that this high-end project is going to fit in very well with Leander. We talked about how Leander is a highly educated, high-income community, and that this population is going to be very attractive to brands who want to be in and be at the center of all this new growth and commerce and everything, because people got to spend their money somewhere. So Leander is very attractive as far as that standpoint. Also from an employer-employee standpoint, that this is going to bring high-quality employers to the area because this is where high-quality employees are. So there's 2 other like 100% commercial developments that are going in, not a mixed use, not like a live, work, play, just stuff for people to do. So one is called Point 183. It's going to be north of the St. David's emergency room that we talked about. So you're going to have Northline, you're going to have St. David's, and then you're going to have the Point 183. It's going to be 22 acres. They're hoping that it's like a medical and professional office park, also with retail, restaurants, hotels, office buildings, pretty much everything that the other mixed-use places have except for residential units. They're trying to break ground in spring of next year, and they have received commitments from a veterinary hospital, which will be amazing. And they're really hoping to attract professional retail, like dental services, title companies, financial services, things like that. They're also looking at potential daycares and schools, but the main focus of Point 183 is that it is high-end retail. They do not want this to turn into like a basic shopping center where you've got, like a Panda Express and a dollar store and a, McDonald's in the area. Sorry, McDonald's is awesome. I wouldn't call it high-end retail or restaurant though. So here is another commercial space that is in the works, but kind of, I don't know if it's really going to go through. And I wanted to talk about this to show you that the leadership in Leander is not just signing off on everything that comes across their desk. So this is called Leander Marketplace. And back in May, the rezoning was not approved by Leander, the Planning and Zoning Commission. One of the commissioners said, I don't think I've seen a worse zoning request in the entire time I've been on the Planning Commission. Wow, tell us how you really feel. I do appreciate the candidness about this of like, hey, we're really looking at and we're trying to bring the best developments in for Leander, not just anyone who wants to come in and pay us money. So this is proposed to be on the northeast corner of 183 and Hero Way. It's going to go to a city council vote and they're going to decide whether or not to rezone for this development. This would include a mix of retail, office, and restaurants. They don't have any potential tenants lined up yet, I think, because it's kind of so up in the air. But just to let you know, like there is a lot of scrutinization and consideration going into these decisions, and the council members and local government is trying to do the best they can for current Leander residents and future Leander residents, not just for these businesses that want to come in. So this is what no one tells you about Leander. This is going to be the #1 growth spot in the Austin area for many, many years to come. Prices are already going up monthly and weekly in Leander, and that's just with houses being built. There's nothing else in the area right now. They don't even have a grocery store. So imagine what's going to happen when we do start getting grocery stores and retail and restaurants and movie theaters and all the fun stuff. Like imagine what's going to happen to prices then. If you were thinking about Leander, like it's never going to be any cheaper than it is right now. Now is the time, and then you just watch your investment explode in a good way.